welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung alongside Jerry Hairston Jr. and Nomar Garcia-Parra. The Dodgers finish up their season-opening homestand going 4-2, but they dropped their first series of the season, losing 2 out of 3 to the Guardians. It was similar struggles for the offense we talked about on the pregame show. They hit into 3 double plays. They struck out 12 times, but also you have to credit, Jerry, Gavin Williams, who the Dodgers beat each of the last 3 years, and they knocked him out of a game in the first inning here 2 years ago. He got his redemption tonight with 10 strikeouts and 7 scoreless innings.
Yeah, he was really on. After that first inning, he really settled in. He had everything going for himself. Elite fastball, outstanding breaking ball as well. Really got to tip your hat to him. He's always had elite stuff. You could see him, especially last year, he started to put it together. This year, he's off to a fast start.
Yeah, they really couldn't figure him out. And he came out there, and usually you worry about him missing the strike, so maybe a little bit wild, sometimes maybe effectively wild, but he wasn't that. Yeah, he had 3 walks, but at the same time, he seemed to settle in. You get 3 double plays, get himself out of jams, if he even found himself in a jam. But he really, really had that breaking ball working for him. They really didn't have an answer for that breaking ball, because you know you have to be ready for an upper 90s fastball that has some movement to it, it has some life to it, and some tail. And he was able to hit the corners with that and then come with that devastating breaking ball that looks like a fastball right out of his hand.
Yeah, he's got the curveball and the sweeper. He got a lot of swings and misses, Jerry, on those 2 pitches alone in this game.
You see that depth of that breaking ball there to show. And then obviously that 97, 98, it seems like 100, 101 to the hitter. So, listen, we got to give credit where credit's due. There is frustrating. Listen, you never want to lose, ever. But sometimes it's just your nights. You just got beat tonight. This guy had everything working. And credit the Guardians, man. They're a playoff team. There's a reason why they're a playoff team. They got good players. They put the ball in play. Excellent defensively. They got good starters, pretty good bullpen. And this kid Williams, man, he could be a dude in this league for a lot of years.
Yeah, he had a breakout season in 2025 despite the Dodgers beating him in Cleveland last year. But in some ways, Nomar, it was kind of the perfect storm because Gavin Williams was outstanding tonight. And the Dodgers offense has really been scuffling this first 6 games of the year. You look at those top 6 guys right there tonight. They went 1 for 21. They were 0 for until Freddie hit that home run with 2 outs in the 9th.
Yeah, the top we mentioned before the game about them. Like, listen, it's still early, about their struggles and that. Listen, the top has to really find a way to set the tone. The bottom part doing it. Andy Paz had a tremendous game, but at the same time, those struggles seem to continue in this game. Really had no answer, but you know, you tip your hat. I mean, Gavin Williams was on point. There's no question about that with the stuff that he had. But at the same time, I also, from this lineup, I didn't see many adjustments as far as maybe shortening up. When a guy's on, sometimes you want to see some maybe shorter swings to it, like when you step into the batter's box. This guy's on, maybe a 2-strike approach, right? Something just to try to put some pressure on him. I didn't see many of those over the course of this game.
That's a tremendous point. You know, when you're facing old school guys back like in the day, Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson, Pedro Martinez, when they're on their A game, if you don't jump them in that first couple innings and they find your rhythm, you better make an adjustment right away. You go up to the plate, 2-strike hitting, try to put the ball in play. Seems like the Dodgers still trying to find their way. Listen, it is extremely early. Listen, they won the Silver Slugger as a team offense last year, and they got better this season. So sometimes you got to scrap it. Hopefully next week it is a new week for them going on the road. Find their swings, find their rhythm as an offense. They're going to find their rhythm sooner rather than later.
And speaking of those adjustments, Nomar, sometimes a pitcher just has a pitch working that night, so you can't necessarily go strictly off of what a scouting report might say, because Gavin Williams, his first start of the year, only threw 8% sweepers. He threw a lot of them tonight.
Yeah, and that's something that when you go back in the dugout, you're talking about, listen, his breaking ball is on. And breaking ball is on, you're going, I'm hunting fastball, and I can't miss it. It's one of those when that guy's breaking ball, and has that much break, and it's on, and you know that going in. Maybe he throws it for a ball quite often, and you have that report because of maybe it can be, like we mentioned, effectively wild. But at the same time, when it's on and it's got the late break, and you can even see that from the side when you're watching even his warm-ups, when you're watching other at-bats from your fellow teammates, you're like, you notice that break, how late it is coming into the hitting zone. So you're thinking, all right, he's got that. I'll tip my hat if he gets that swing and miss, but I'm not going to miss the fastball because he's going to have to get out there and get it out. But I'm not going to miss that. And that was one thing. They were either fouling those off, maybe they would take them, and now they were setting themselves in the position where here comes that breaking ball. But that's one of the things. You're like, guy's on. He's not going to give me many pitches over a course of a bat. So I'm going to say if I get that one, I cannot miss it.
All right, so the Dodgers fall to the Guardians 4-1 in this series finale. Let's send it upstairs. Check in one final time with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser.
Well, the Dodgers drop this one 4-1, and the Guardians win this series.
Yeah, you know, you play Arizona, they think they're a playoff team. You play Cleveland, they think they're a playoff team. I'd say Cleveland's a little closer to being a playoff team after coming on this West Coast swing and doing what they did in Seattle and here in L.A. It was a tough one for the Dodgers. You know, it's a good homestand at 4-2, but it's not the best they can play.
Dodgers head out east, their first road trip of the year. They'll go through Washington and Toronto.
Yeah, the team plane will leave tonight. Rest of us will leave tomorrow. They'll get there. They'll be rested. I think they'll be ready to go. I hope they just don't overlook Washington, because with Toronto on the back end, don't overlook those guys.
All right, we'll talk to you on Friday from D.C.
All right, thanks, guys. Rubber game of the series, Dodgers and Guardians, with Yoshinobu Yamamoto getting the start, his second of the year. Top of the first, 2 down. Jose Ramirez, harmless ground ball to second. It's a quick inning.
They're chasing weak contact, especially early in the ball game, trying to make sure you have that long start. Good pitch.
Top of the second, Rhys Hoskins with 1 out, bases empty, no more, and Yamamoto blows him away.
Really good pitch with that fastball. Great location. You get that swing and miss. A lot of times it looks like he's so late on it, which he was, because he also had some really good breaking stuff working early on, and you're having that in the back of your mind as a hitter.
Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for Yoshi. Bottom 2, Freddie Freeman trying to get a base hit, get something going, but Brian Rocchio has other ideas.
What an outstanding play. We mentioned that their defense, they can cover some ground, make some play, outstanding play up the middle. One more look at it, take it to the center field, able to get it over to the first baseman. Hoskins, nice play.
That is a really good play. I mean, we've seen some defensive plays against the Dodgers over the course of this early season. So, like, some of those fall in. We're talking a little bit different about the top of that lineup, because their averages look a little different with those falling in.
That 2-seamer from Gavin Williams comes back and catches the corner to freeze Will Smith. Third inning, Daniel Schneemann leading things off. And that's going to be extra bases thanks to his hustle.
Yeah, hustling out of the box. Good job, Kyle Tucker, to cut it off. Strong, accurate throw. Schneemann able to get there. Lead off double.
And then, with Gabriel Arias at the plate, Schneemann stealing third. Will Smith's throw bounces into left field, and that'll score the run.
And the one thing the Dodgers have been doing is playing really solid defense early in this season. And just a miscue from Will Smith, something you don't see too often there, as he throws that ball out into left field.
I'll tell you what, Vogt, their manager, man, really has them playing great baseball last year. They're off to a pretty good start to the season this year, being aggressive on the base pass.
Very next pitch, dead center. That's a solo shot, 2-0.
You can see why they're high on him. He's got some tremendous pop, can play some really good shortstop, pretty good hair game as well. Really good prospect.
He did a really good job staying back on this ball. You know, he was out in front a little bit, but as you mentioned, good power, and he stayed on there long enough and threw it to drive it out.
Bottom of the third, Andy Pages just continues to swing a hot bat.
Just love his swing. He'll go the other way when he has to. He can turn on pitches as well. Great start this season. Keep it up.
Shohei Ohtani, swing and a miss.
That breaking ball was dirty today from Williams.
Top of the fourth, runner on, nobody outs. Yamamoto gets the ground ball to second. That's a double play.
Great job, Freeland. I know that took a kind of a funny hop, but he's able to gather, just give it over to Mookie. 4-6-3 double play.
Top 5, 1 on, 1 out. This time, Yamamoto's able to get Arias. We're out number 2.
Such a quality pitch right there. I was just talking about Williams having a late break on his breaking ball. That was a late breaking one right there.
1 on, 2 outs. Base hit by Rocchio. And so now they're cornered with 2 outs for Stephen Kwan. Take another look at that hot shot off the bat of Rocchio.
Rocchio saw him make a great defensive play earlier. They're swinging the bat.
Yamamoto's able to get Stephen Kwan to fly out to shallow left. So no damage done in that top half of the inning. Bottom half, Will Smith leading it off. And the sweeper is strike 3 in the first out of the inning. Max Muncy, down he goes.
The difference, you did the sweeper, the slider, the curveball, 12-6, so many different arm angles as far as the break on the breaking ball. He had everything working. Look at the comeback fastball there at 97 miles an hour. Great movement.
6th inning, runner on first, nobody out. Jose Ramirez at the plates. Kyle Tucker's made a lot of really nice plays on this homestand right field.
Ball was hit hard. He stayed with it. Good jump. Good first step by Kyle Tucker.
Next up is Kyle Manzardo. Grounds it. Mookie Betts races to the bag. Double play.
Great job with Mookie Betts. Sometimes you tend to want to rush that play, able to field it cleanly, and then get to the bag. Nice play, double play.
Bottom 6, it's Ohtani at the plate. Took batting practice on the field before the game, trying to find something offensively, but he grounds into a 4-6-3 double play while he was originally called safe. Guardians challenge.
Just to the human eye, you're going to see them. The ball barely beats him there. Seems like he's opened up his front shoulder just a hair, calling him to pull off a little bit.
Bottom of the 7th, Mookie Betts leading it off. Williams still out there. Jose Ramirez, long throw, gets him.
And that was one thing. Even if they were putting that breaking ball in play, it wasn't really hard. That's how good the break was and really kept the hitters off balance for the Dodgers and missing the barrel.
Tough night for a lot of Dodgers offensively. Will Smith can't hold up. It's 3rd time he's struck out in this game. That's 10 on the game for Gavin Williams. 8th inning, Will Klein comes in. Rocchio at the plate, foul ground. This is a really nice play by Max Muncy.
Max Muncy understanding that the wall is kind of gaining on him a little bit as he gets closer to it. Great job of sliding feet first, protecting himself while making the catch. Great concentration, great athleticism, Max Muncy.
He went a long way for that ball because he was playing off the line.
After Stephen Kwan walked, Stephen Kwan's going to try to steal second base, but Will Smith, an absolute seed.
Great throw, great exchange by Will Smith to get rid of that so quick. But what an incredible tag right there by Mookie Betts. A lot of times when that ball's going to hit the ground, you kind of come up with it to try to pick it. He comes up just slightly, picks it, and stays back down to make the tag. Great job by Mookie.
Tanner Scott has been so good early this season, but here this was kind of shades of last year, Jerry, the 0-2 pitch. It was actually up and not even a strike probably, but Jose Ramirez gets on top of it and rides it out.
Yeah, but if you're going to throw that pitch, you got to make sure it's up higher than that and more in. This was really more middle in for him. We know Ramirez is a special talent, able to cover that ball, create backspin, drive it out of the ballpark, 2-run homer.
But just like that, it is a 4-0 game. Going to the bottom of the 8th, Teoscar Hernandez. 3-2 pitch goes the other way.
You're looking for positive in this game. I really like that's a positive right there for Teo. We were talking about getting back, going the other way. When he's going back the other way, that way, hitting that ball that hard, the other way, it's really good.
And Andy Pages, that one is into the left field corner for a double.
You know, I love Andy Pages swinging the bat. He's really covering everything, the fastball, the breaking ball, the changeup, using the whole field, right field, center, and here down the left field line.
Dodgers had a chance to chip away, but that's a called strike 3 to Alex Freeland. He would challenge, but that was a strike.
Confirmed the pitch is a strike. Los Angeles has 1 challenge remaining.
And then Shohei Ohtani, RBI opportunity, but he goes down on 3 pitches.
It was nasty breaking ball, lefty on lefty.
9th inning, the lone real offensive highlight, at least Freddie Freeman spoils the shutout with his first home run of the season.
You're always looking for positive in this game. Hopefully now Freddie Freeman driving that pitch to center field over the wall. Hopefully that really gets him going, heading to the road trip. Always good to see Freddie going deep center field.
This one is all Cleveland, though. They take the series finale 4-1 is the final. The Dodgers drop to 4-2 on the season. Yoshinobu Yamamoto tagged with his first loss. He went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 strikeouts. Andy Pages, a 3-hit game with a double, and Freddie Freeman 1 for 4 with his first home run. Not many highlights from tonight's game as we take a look at the calendar. First time this year, it's a road trip Friday morning, Dodgers kicking off a 3-game series against the Nationals. And then next Monday, for the first time since Game 7 of the World Series, the Dodgers are back in Toronto. All 6 of these games right here on Sportsnet. Carl's Jr. moment of the game, Nomar. We're going to go with some defense from Max Muncy in foul ground.
A really great play by Max Muncy. He had to come a long way because he was playing way off the line over there at third base. He stays with it, concentration, great field awareness with the nice slide, protecting himself before he hurt himself against the wall. I love Will Klein. That smile and just appreciation of the great effort.
Last night there was the tarp there because of the rain, and there was no tarp there tonight, Jerry, and Max Muncy knew exactly how much room he had.
I'll tell you what, Max Muncy has worked so hard to really be a really solid defender at third base. Outstanding range. We're going to go access 360 and break down this play. You got to remember, he was shaded more towards the shortstop side of third base, but understanding he had a long way to go. You're going to hit it weakly to the right side here, excuse me, to the left side. But great job of Max Muncy looking at the wall, knowing that small wall is approaching, able to slide, more importantly, feet first, see where he starts out, the sprint speed. I'm going to give him 18 miles an hour. Cheetah-like sprint speed, sliding, great concentration to make the play. Love the fact that our defense has been outstanding the start of the season. Max Muncy, outstanding play.
And Freddie Freeman in that ninth inning was able to spoil the Guardians shutout with his first home run of the season. Let's go inside the clubhouse. Freddie Freeman is speaking with Kirsten Watson and the media.
Yeah, I mean, he's got good stuff, and he's commanding the ball. The curveballs at the bottom of the zone, cutters into us, to the lefties, heaters up, and the little slider too, a new wrinkle that we hadn't seen before. But he just pitched well, and we just didn't get anything going.
I know we've talked about this offense at length, but I mean, for you specifically, just, of course, the home run tonight, it was late in the game, but where have you just kind of felt where the swing is at? Because you've been getting some positive contact, maybe not the results, and kind of looking for something.
Yeah, I mean, better swing, obviously, in the last one. A little cutty the first few at-bats, but up and down in the first 6 games. I think you could talk to every single one of us and say we wish we had a better offensive first week, but I think our offense is inevitable. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow with the off day, the coldness will go away and we'll heat up on Friday in the day game. So just not what we wanted to do as an offense starting out, but credit to our pitching staff. They're the reason why we're 4-2 right now. So Yoshi was great again. Bullpen was good. We just didn't get anything going offensively.
Offensively, over these 6 games, you still approach-wise been able to, as a team, put together the same wise and one?
Yeah, I mean, it's still, every time anybody goes into that box, it's anything can happen. And we got a really good lineup, and we're just not hitting yet. So it's a long season. It's just the first week. We'll be fine.
It's just one of those things where, like, one of those 6-game stretches where, like, all 4 guys, or 4 guys are.
I'd say more than 4 guys. I mean, Andy, Miguel might be the only ones saying they're feeling like they want to feel right now. So baseball's a hard sport.
I know just spring, but given the way you guys all look during camp, like, is it surprising that as many guys have kind of struggled out of the gate here as they have?
No, baseball's baseball. I know we're looking for some answers here, but we're still okay. We're 4-2. We had not played well yet as an offense. We'll get it going.
Freddie Freeman's home run tonight, his first since that 18th inning Game 3 walk-off in the World Series. More reaction coming up after the Dodgers finish up the homestand. Well, if the Dodgers pitchers strike out at least 7 batters, you know the drill. Everyone will get a free Jumbo Jack the following day at Jack in the Box when you purchase a large drink at an LA area location. Dodgers only managed 5 strikeouts tonight, but there's another chance coming up on Friday when Emmett Sheehan starts against the Nationals in D.C. on the Nats opening day. Let's send it back inside right now and hear from the skipper, Dave Roberts, with the media.
Dave, just looking at the offense, what did you see in just how their pitcher Devin Williams was navigating through your lineup, really just keeping you guys a little off this evening?
I don't know. I think tonight, early on, it was tough. Visual was tough, I think, for both teams. But he pitched well. You can't take anything away from him. The breaking ball was good. He was in the zone more than his first start. Induced 3 double play balls, which were huge for him. And we just really couldn't put anything together, get anything going. Yeah, I mean, I think right now, offensively, most of our guys are scuffling, and it'll be good to get on the road, get an off day, and, get going from there. I thought today was a little bit, of a grind for him. I don't think it was as crisp as his last one. I thought, the feel for the split wasn't there. Missed a little bit with the fastball, but, with Yosh, he just competes so well and, gave us 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. So, obviously gave us a chance to win the game.
How surprised are you that a group that's this talented able to sort of for 6 games be kind of scuffling like this?
Yeah, it's I mean, we're trying to. I think obviously you're asking a question to compartmentalize the offense to the team, and I'm going to start with we're 4-2, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it's obviously a very talented lineup, and it's just right now it just seems like a lot of guys are in between, but I think you still got to give credit to the guys making pitches, but I think that we'll get our groove. But yeah, you look at some of the grindy at bats we had in that Arizona series, and finding ways to get on base and things like that. Where this series, those guys did a good job with us.
To that point, what does this sort of say that you guys are forward to sort of keep listening to?
It does. It says that it speaks to we do find ways to win games, and. Winning 3 against Arizona, then losing the series here. But those guys put forth, some really good at-bats. That's a grindy team over there, the Guardians. And, off day will be good and get on the road. But, yeah, we're pitching well, so that's a really good thing. The starters are pitching well. The guys in the pen are pitching well. So there's some positives.
Much of that is like guys just finding their swings in the first week of the season versus like approach, especially in the series where I think it's like 29 strikeouts to 6 walks the last 3 days.
Yeah, that's I think that guys trying to find their swings is one thing. The amount of strikeouts is a little concerning, and we're striking quite a clip, but I think it'll level out. It'll balance out.
With Andy.
Still ahead, we'll drop into the K-Zone with more on Yoshinobu Yamamoto's night. We hope to hear from him as well, plus a preview of the upcoming road trip on Access. Dodgers made history in this series against the Guardians, becoming the first team in Major League Baseball to start 3 straight Japanese-born pitchers. Roki Sasaki started Monday's series opener, went 4 innings, allowed 1 run. Shohei Ohtani 6 scoreless last night and getting the win. Yoshinobu Yamamoto tonight also went 6 innings but took the loss in the series finale. Also only had 2 strikeouts in this game, Nomar, but he battled through those 6 innings and, as Dave Roberts said, gave them a chance to win.
He really did. And, Dave Roberts says he didn't look as crisp, but he still has some of the pitches when he needed him working. And we're going to go to the K-Zone, and we're going to look at some of the pitches that he had that were working, still effective, had some fastball command, which is key. Maybe didn't have that really bite to some of his breaking ball, but here he is. When you get ahead, you get 2 strikes, you get 2-2. Great dotting that fastball, which is always key. Here, this wasn't that bad. You tip your hat. Get 1-0, though. 1-0, and he gets to the top of that fastball, gets a base hit. You get behind in the count, 3-1. Excellent job, though, by the hitter staying back on that breaking ball. But getting behind in the count allows him maybe to look more center, and he gets a ball that he can handle. But here he is with that split finger. Because he's ahead, it makes it effective. He's 1-2, split finger, get the ground ball. Here's another one when you're 0-2. Good movement, good break, out of the zone. There's another one. When you're able to get ahead and establish that, that's what makes that splitter so much more effective. Despite with the line then giving up runs, we see that there. He really didn't pitch that bad. Like I said, they got to that 1 base hit, tip your hat, the home run, get behind in the count, but either way, still gave him a chance to win.
Listen, we talk about all the time, in order to win a big league ball game, you go into the game saying, hey, 5-10, 5 runs, 10 hits. We do that as an offense, we're going to win most nights. Tonight, obviously, the offense wasn't there. Yamamoto, did he have his A+ stuff? No, but he did his job. Give the Dodger team a chance to win. You take 6 innings pitched, 2 runs, just about every time.
Right. That Dodgers lineup, you're thinking that's going to be good enough to win pretty much every single night. It was not good enough, though, in the series finale. Let's go back inside and hear from Yamamoto with Kirsten and the media.
Well, Yoshi, just looking at the stuff tonight, it seemed like maybe you didn't have your best stuff, but how did you find still navigating to get through 6 innings of work, only giving up 2 runs?
今日全体的にそのベストな状態じゃなかったにもかかわらず、2点に抑えれたという要因はどこにあったと思いますか？
そんな調子が悪かったわけでもないので、ランナー出しながらにはなりましたけど、なんとかストライクゾーンに投げていけたので、最低限の仕事になりましたけど、はい、そんな感じです。
Yeah, actually, my stuff wasn't that bad, not terrible. And then, although, because I was carrying the runners on bases, but I was able to attack the zone and then I just clean up.
Do you feel like your command was where you wanted it to be tonight?
今日、制球に関してはどうでしたか？
いい球種と、ちょっともう少しな、球種に分かれたかなとは思います。
I think there's good pitches and then the pitches that were not good, not working today. That was a little bit too clear today.
Dave kind of called it a grind overall. Is it encouraging though to still be that efficient and only give up 2 runs even when you're not really feeling the best?
その調子悪い、調子は悪くはなかったということなんですけども、そういう思ったようにいかない部分もあった中で、2失点に抑えられたというところは今日は収穫だったみたいな感じですか？
感覚自体は本当にこうなんていうんだろうな、スプリットとかもそうですけど、本当もう少しもうちょっとだなっていう、そんな感覚で、全体的には、いい感じに来てるんですけど、今日は試合展開的にも、先制点をまた前回に続いて許してしまったので、そこは反省するところだなと、思いますし、良かったところは、なんとか6イニング目までいけたので、そうですね、そこは良かったかなと思います。
Like certain pitches, such as like a splitter, I think I still need to clean up, and then, but the overall, because my stuff wasn't bad, not bad, like I said, and then I was able to grind out 6th inning. I think that was good.
Yoshinobu, for the first time ever, you, Otani, and Roki all pitched in back-to-back games. How special was that for you?
3人日本人選手が1つのシリーズで投げたということはどういう意味を持ちますか、個人的に？
これまでで初めての、ことなので、すごいことだなと思いますし、またこれからも、もしかしたらあるかなと思うので、また3人でいいピッチングできるように頑張りたいと思います。
It's a great thing as a Japanese. Probably we will do this again at some point over the course of this season. So I'd like to, all 3 of us want to do the best.
Well, if we look at a bright spot, Jerry, in this series for the Dodgers offensively, it would be Andy Pages. He had multi-hit games in all 3 games of the series tonight. 3 hits, including a double.
I know there was a little conversation about him because he did struggle in September last year, really struggled in the postseason. We all said because he was tired. His calling card throughout the minor leagues is he can flat out rake. And boy, I love the fact that he picked up from the first half of last year, right where he left off. I love his bat path, his swing, his confidence, and he's also hitting all kinds of pitches, whether it's the breaking ball, the changeup, or the elite fastball. Using the entire field, this young man can flat out swing the bat.
There was a time last year when we saw this Andy Pages. As a matter of fact, he was the reason why the bottom part of the lineup really picked up when they moved him back down, kind of in the spot where he was today. He went off and he really picked up that offense in the bottom part, and it was really key for them last year. And we were talking about then that I hope he understands what he's doing at that moment, recognize just like now, because he got lost later and he couldn't figure it out. He got so loopy game. He was swinging more up rather than keeping that barrel above. His barrel is back up there, what he was doing when he was having success last year. Hope he recognized that because he looks really good at the plate.
Using the entire field really from line to line. You love to see that from Andy Pages. Still more come here on Access Sportsnet Dodgers as they now hit the road for the first time this season. Emmett Sheehan will get the ball Friday afternoon from the nation's capital against the Nationals. We'll have a game preview coming up.